Hello, it's Maggie, the Cheshire Crafter here. I just thought you might like to see what's in my sewing kit. I bought this bag, I repurposed it. It was donated to a charity shop and it's a cosmetic bag from a brand. And obviously somebody had previously had cosmetics in it. And I thought, that's coming home with me. That's obviously ideal for a sewing bag for me. So I thought we might have a look at what's in it. I don't take this one away with me, but I do have my name and address label in the top. And in the pouch here, I've got things for my machine. I've got spare needles, universal needles, in case I break a needle. Bobbins. I usually have pins in there, so I'm going to pop the pins in. And on this side, I've got hand needles. There's always a seam ripper, and there's always a little pair of scissors. Sometimes there's a big pair of scissors in it as well. I've got a variety of cottons, and I thought I'd show you these. I like sewing with metallic threads, particularly silver and gold. And a piece I've been working on, I've been using gold thread, and it works brilliant. I really recommend these. I bought 3 cotton rolls, 99p from the Works, and I thought I'd recommend those to you. This is not my total of cottons, as any sewer would know, but it's just some of them, and it's where I collect them. I've got lace. I imported that from China. Well, I bought it from China on eBay, and I used that with Hessian to make bunting. At the back here, I've got feet, zipper feet, and I'm not quite sure, one of them might be a quilting foot. And I found these are good fun. I bought these to make some children's toys one year. I thought I might make up some little boats. I thought they'd be very jolly, and put those inside them. I've always got oddments of fabric. For some reason I seem to have a lot of elastic, and then I've got bits of fabric. I labelled these so that I remember what they are, what make they are. In my pack, everybody's sewing pack's got a thimble. Mine is a Rennie Mackintosh design, and that's rather like the Fabric Freedom design I've been working with. What's going to go in? And one of these fabric pens. You can write on the fabric, and then when you wash the fabric, the pen marks will wash out, and that's brilliant for sewers, crafters, and for people doing patchwork. I've got a piece of fabric that I can test the tension of my machine on. And then one of the most important pieces I've got in here for me is this little thumb shield I made. It looks disgusting. It's like a little old bandage. But I might treat myself to making a new one, perhaps out of some nice Laura Ashley fabric. But it fits over my thumb on the sewing machine. If I want to reverse the sewing machine, I have to press down on a lever manually, and I find it really painful. So I make sure I support my thumb, and that takes pride of place in there, so I know where it is. Now, when my mum died, I went through some of her things. I'm not going to show the name on there. It shows the family name. But these are name tags that we had to have from primary school. Every towel, every piece of clothing, every pair of knickers, every bathing costume, you had to have your name sewn into them. And there was a company that made them up in bulk. And when my mum died, I went through her things, and I found those that she used to sew into my clothes and my towels when I was young. And I was quite touched that she'd kept those over the years. I've got a tin of buttons, and I'm going to pop those in the corner. These are really old buttons I bought off eBay. And Winfield was the label of Woolworths. a store that sold everything in the UK, closed down many years ago and is very much loved and missed. I used to work with a Saturday job at Woolworths from the age of 14. I'll tell you about that sometime. I'm going to pop those in this little pot. And then I buy mother of pearl buttons. I buy these off eBay and I use these both in my sewing and in my card making. They dye the mother of pearl to the colour that you want. And I just love these. They really brighten up. Just a little bit of ribbon just makes it so special. I've actually got some purple ones here that I'm going to use on a piece that I'm going to be sewing. I'm going to show you in a minute. They don't cost very much and they don't add much weight to a card or a project. But gosh, they make a difference. So they're going to bob in there. Everybody's got a variety of ribbons. And I've got some variety of braids. This one's a leaf design. I make a lot of things at Christmas, and I think it makes them really lush if you can put a nice velvet ribbon tie on it. It just takes it from being nice to being a little bit more luxurious. Now, when I go away, even for a night or two, and I go to a hotel, I don't go out at night. I don't socialise at night, as a rule of thumb. So what I do, I take one of these little nappy bags from Tesco, which just protect my work, and I just make up a project together. I put a piece of fabric, some needles, some cotton, scissors, all the things that I need, tie it in a knot, and then that just slips inside my suitcase. I never go away and have nothing to do at night. It's always something that keeps me amused. This is the project I'm going to be working on tonight. I've just colour coordinated, as you can see, the mother of pearl buttons. I thought gold cotton thread running through that might be nice. Might highlight some of these flowers, or seed heads I think they are. And then I bought these. Look at the luscious colours of these cottons. I thought they were great. I got them at the local haberdashers. She's got quite a nice supply. And again, this is this fabric is Summer's Day. It's one of the Fabric Freedom designs that I know and love so well. And I'm going to watch some television tonight. It's a Sunday night. My brain is tired. I don't want to think about much. So I might just sew a little bit on the front of there. And I'll decide what I'm going to do with that later on. But I'm thinking cushion cover, maybe. And then this is a piece that I've been working on for quite a few years. It's one of the things that I took away with me. Again, it's a Fabric Freedom design. And I thought it was a little bit inspired by the Rennie Mackintosh. And all I've done is I've gone round with that little thread, that little gold thread. And I've picked out, can't you pick up a piece of cotton, and I've picked out the edges with a little bit of gold, and it just means that I've personalised it a little bit and altered it from what it originally was. I think wherever that goes, it's going to pick up the light. If I'd done the birds, I think it would have been too much. So let's see if I can do that with my left hand. I think I'm going to turn this piece of fabric that I've worked in into a cushion or a pair of cushions for the adult hospice. I went to visit it with a friend of mine whose dad had died there, and although they couldn't show us where the patients are, and I wouldn't have expected that, they did say, our cafe's being refurbished at the moment, would you like to come through to the outside space? And they developed a courtyard space with conservatories, and they'd really prepared it for relatives who wanted to smoke. So it was a smoking area. I will say it wasn't smelling the nicest of places to sit, but I was very welcome. And somebody had donated the conservatories to this hospice, and at the top they had stained glass with almost like Rennie Mackintosh roses in the conservatory windows. And I thought, I know what I can do for this hospice. I can make people's life a little bit more comfortable. It's probably going to make it a little bit more comfortable for the relatives of the people that are being cared for in the hospice. And I'm very comfortable with that. I might use a coordinating fabric from Fabric Freedom and just make a very plain back. I've got some cushion inserts, and I probably won't put buttons on this. I'll make it as comfortable as I can, do a fold over at the back and keep it simple, and then go along and donate them. And last but not least, going back into my fabric box, I've got a variety of Laura Ashley fabrics. These are belts. Actually, they're probably straps from sundresses, and I thought they were very jolly. I thought, yeah, I'll just pop them in my case and I'll do something with that at some point. So when I'm in a, what am I going to do tonight? What can I sit and do? This is my go-to place. It sits by my feet on the sofa, doesn't get in anybody's way, and this little charity find gives me a great deal of pleasure. So this is Maggie, the Cheshire Crafter, saying good night. Bye.